my name is Leslie and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so excited to be teaching you something very special today. I love pretzels and it's kind of a special treat I like to make my kids maybe once a month or something. But we are going to take you through the pretzel making process. So we're going to start with some nice warm water. And this has to be warm, like to where you touch your wrist and you can't feel it. So we're going to start off with 4.5 cups of water. And this right here is 12 cups of flour. And these recipes, always, if you want to decrease them, if you don't want to have this many pretzels at the very end, you can divide the recipe by 4 or by 3. And probably by 3 would be better. And I like to make a lot and then freeze them afterwards. So that's good. 2 tablespoons of yeast, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and a tablespoon of salt. And we're going to put that in our mixer with our dough hook. And different mixers have different shaped dough hooks. But lots of times with my mixer, I like to just stir it just a little bit first so the flour doesn't fly out all over the counter. So I'll put this on, and then this is going to be kind of a soft dough. So some bread doughs are a little more firm, but this one is going to be on the softer side. So I'm going to get this on, and there we go, and always knead it on low. For some reason, that just helps the texture of the bread more, and we'll just see how beautiful this bread dough becomes. We're going to mix that up until it gets all nice and incorporated, and usually about 5 to 10 minutes, really. You can do 5 minutes and just kind of see how your mixer's doing, but you can do it up to 10. So I'm going to turn that off, and we're going to go over here to this beautiful bread dough, and you can tell it's like a little softer than most bread dough. And to make our pretzels, what we're going to do is take a little vegetable shortening, and I like to put it on my counter, and you could use flour and a pastry cloth if you want, or on a breadboard you could do flour on that. But I love doing the shortening on the counter because it's just less to clean up afterwards. It's just the flour can sometimes also dry out the bread dough, so this kind of keeps it so that it's all nice and moist. You can roll this out and you can see how beautiful this dough forms. It's lovely. And then I'm going to cut this with a knife and in little strips. And here, like if you have countertops, just be, careful. Don't push too hard on it. I've never had my counter scratch, but you make your own decision about what's going to work out best for you. And I like just doing them in strips like this because it's easier to handle afterwards. You probably could do it another way, but I always take the easiest way possible. I love it. And then you're going to take your strip and you're going to roll it on the counter, and it gets to a nice roll. And then you're going to make a happy face, and you're going to twist it so that it's a complete twist, and then you're going to bring it back down on itself. You can kind of play with it a little bit, and this one is a little lopsided, but that's okay. It'll still be delicious. And we'll put it on our cookie sheet. And the next one, that one is probably a little smaller too because it was like the end of the dough. And then these ones will be a little bit bigger. And what we're going to do is we're going to do different toppings. So like the traditional pretzel has just kosher salt on it. And you probably can use any salt if you want. I have used just table salt before, but the kosher salt's kind of fun. And then we're also going to do chocolate chip cinnamon, and we're going to do pizza and cheese. We're going to do pepperoni, like we're going to slice them up and do also a 4-cheese Italian blend with it. And that's just a delicious lunch. So you've got your appetizer with your regular pretzel if you want it, and then you can have your pepperoni and cheese one, and then you can do your dessert one. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Let's see here. We're going to do, first, this is baking soda and water. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda and a tablespoon of water. I'm going to brush this on, and that just gives that nice pretzel taste on the outside. I don't know if you've ever noticed when you've bitten into a pretzel, but it has kind of a nice taste on the outer side of the crust. So that's what the baking soda does with water. And then after that, I'm going to take, this is just egg. This is just beaten up egg, and I'm going to brush this on. And this will hold the toppings on. If we just did the salt, it might just fall off. So this will hold it on. Here's our kosher salt, and we'll do this on this little one right here. And put as much or as little as you think you might like on that. And then we'll do this pepperoni one next. And you can just decorate your pretzel just however you think it would be super cute. And these are just delicious. And these, what I like with these is you can always freeze them later, and they make the perfect lunch for on the go. All of us have been in a situation where our kids are hungry or we're hungry, and it's just easy to grab one of these and put it in the microwave for a few seconds, and like 15 seconds, and there you go. And here's a 4-cheese blend we're going to put on that. And then, let's see, I'm going to clean up my hands a little bit. We're going to decorate this one with chocolate chips. And these are adorable, and then afterwards we're going to dust them with cinnamon sugar. So we're going to put that in the oven. It's a 425-degree oven, and we're going to bake it for 12 to 15 minutes, just until it gets nice and brown and beautiful. So let me show you this. This came out of the oven. It's not hot, that's why I'm holding it with my hands, but here we have our cinnamon chocolate chip pretzels, are plain, like kosher salt, and the 4-cheese and pepperoni lovely lunch pretzels. So thank you so much for joining me, and any questions you have, just you can click below and ask us anything you want, and also the recipes down below. So thank you so much for joining us.